How's that for a Christmas intro? Ho, 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 music multiverse listeners. And welcome to Panelists' favorite show. That's right, it's our Christmas show. Panelists' favorites, Christmas songs. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and we thought we'd share it with you. Each of our cheermongers will be giving their 5 favorite Christmas songs. But before they make me hear their Yuletide cheer, if you're new to the channel, hit the mistletoe. Hope maybe you can subscribe. If you want to leave a message, do it after the show. I'll get back to you after I get into self-loathing. On the panel tonight, the man who wants to build a snowman, but can't because he lives in Florida, Jeff Young. The woman whose sleigh bells ring and they glisten, damn, to have Armitage Hicks Maloney. The mistress of mistletoe, Susie Q. And the elf on everyone's shelf, Kuligowski.
Can that be the next merch where it's just literally my face on an elf on the shelf?
No.
I'm going to, wait, you know what? We could get voodoo dolls of you and have them in our house. What could go wrong? Ah! How is everyone tonight?
Great.
3 days.
Thirsty.
3 days left.
Thirsty.
Thirsty.
Ah.
Yeah, thirsty.
I see what you're getting at. So we're going to do something special. We're going to do a Yuletide beverage cheer. Each panelist will be showcasing their beverage of choice, and they will introduce it, and they will take a drink of it, and then either go, oh, what did I just drink? Or, so awesome, I can't wait to. Anyway, so we'll start with the ladies first. So Deb, what do you have there?
Okay, what I made today was it's low calorie cranberry cocktail and 4 Roses bourbon, and it's supposed to have a rosemary sprig in there, but my frozen rosemary doesn't look like a sprig anymore from my garden, so I'm gonna taste it right now. That's all it is. It's very simple.
Chug, chug, chug.
Chug, chug.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Oh,
well,
delicious.
We're 1 for 1.
Yep. It's smooth because you use a good bourbon in there.
Yes.
4 Roses is a good
What
one.
do you have there?
I feel like a commercial. It's Platters, chocolate, peppermint, bark.
Bark. All right, let's crack that open.
It's
Okay.
got to be hard to drink wood chip.
I'm gonna try not to break it now.
We're gonna
Don't. The
good.
salon's busy.
So we're getting that fiber.
Is that a brew?
Yes.
Chocolate peppermint brew.
Yep. Bark. Chocolate
All right,
peppermint
here we go.
bark.
Here we go.
All right. Can we see that? Can we see that color? Can you get it close?
Is it
dark.
cold or warm?
Oh, look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there.
It smells like a scratchy, like one of those stickers.
A
Mm-hmm.
scratch and sniff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So your peppermint drink smells like a peppermint sticker. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. All right, here we go. Oh, it's all right.
Huh? I gotta
Okay.
taste that.
Is
Alex,
it
you're
warm
not-
or cold?
It's cold.
Okay.
So for mine,
Cheers.
I already poured it, and that's why I was eager to get at this because I wanted to get going, but I poured it pre-show.
Oh.
We have a full glass with this nice yellow gold color. Beer. Big Ditch Brewing's Kringle Juice.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh. Chris Kringle.
I
According
enjoy
to-
Big Ditch products. Yes.
So when Santa's had enough of cookies and milk, he loves to settle in with a juicy and delicious IPA, an initial blast of orange and tangerine that blends with flavors of pear and kiwi over a silky smooth mouthfeel. This beer pairs well with caroling, mistletoe, good tidings, and just
That's my kind of Santa.
Did you say?
Anyways.
Did you say there was a Karen involved? What?
no caroling.
Oh, caroling.
Caroling.
Oh, okay.
Well, I, in the spirit of the show, went with a brew by Iron Maiden.
Oh,
Look at
oh,
call.
you.
Iron Maiden and Brewdog in the US have launched Hellcat.
Hellcat.
Awesome.
This is like before you could only get Trooper was made only in Europe. It was an import, but now they have something that's being made in the US, so it's a little easier to get. So let's try it.
Okay.
Exciting.
You know, I would say it's a feisty cold IPA, and it ranges with a citrus forward flavor and aggressive malty backbone. And the result is a complex, to me, yet balanced, refreshing golden beer. I would say it joins the global Trooper family of beers crafted by Maiden vocalist and beer aficionado Bruce Dickinson. That's what I got from the flavor, but it's pretty good.
And it doesn't make you run for the hills.
Hey, let's toast to that. Well, that was a
Cheers.
very, oh, wow. I feel like very lackluster with my description. Cranberry juice and bourbon.
Well, you'll know
I
better
mean-
next time, won't you?
Hey, if it brings you holiday joy,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
It
that's
does.
all that matters. So, in the spirit of the season, I kept it local, and I have a wonderful ale made by Flying Bison called Sleigh Rider.
Oh,
That's slays.
nice.
insert Slayer song here.
Yeah, that's spelled wrong.
And I'll be putting it into a Sam Adams glass that's should have been cleaned, I guess, but whatever.
Instead of south of heaven, it'll be like south of the North Pole. Cheers,
Cheers.
mates. This is really good.
He's gonna do it all.
Is he
No.
really? No. Well, at
Yeah,
least he
but-
pushed the record button.
Cheers to you all. And
Cheers.
yes, I pressed the
Cheers.
record button. More on that on another show.
Okay. Happy holidays.
Yes.
And while
spirits.
everyone cheers as those, I will mention 3 honorable mention gifts I have been given this holiday season. The first, a Jackson Triggs Pinot Grigio.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh,
Very nice.
lovely
He's appeared
choice
under my
of
tree
winery.
recently.
Didn't know we
Lucius.
were supposed to show our gifts. Okay.
What's this?
The Tragically
Tragically
Hip,
Hip.
Ahead by a Century
Oh yeah.
Chardonnay.
Oh,
Appropriate.
yes.
And my 50 Mission Cab.
Ooh.
Ah.
Nice.
You
Never
are
seen that one.
party, right?
What is that? 50
What's that?
Mission
Cab.
Cab. It's,
It's
a
a
cab.
cab.
Cabernet.
Oh, 50 Mission Cab. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
not that he went in a cab to get it.
Well, Lenny Kravitz picked it up for him.
The only time you're ever going to hear Lenny Kravitz associated with the Tragically Hip.
I will warn you, I'm in rare form tonight. Very rare.
Why? Because you have holiday cheer?
No.
Yes.
Panelists, your 5 favorite Christmas songs, except for me. I'll be doing-
Oh.
When it comes to me, I'll be doing something special. Anyway, let's start off with Deb, your number 5.
Okay, well, there's nothing sentimental about this song, but the visual that I get from an SNL skit that it was showcased in years ago. It was Will Ferrell, and the skit was like one of those variety show Christmas things, and he's all out there decked in his holiday finest with his backup singers, and he's in the round, so he's on this little stage, and he starts to sing "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year," and he's slowly turning around, and as the song goes on, the stage keeps going faster and faster, and
Hmm.
just the look on his face. So every time I hear that song, no matter who is singing it, that's all I can think of is Will Ferrell, and it makes me laugh. So that's my number 5.
5. Excellent. I do remember
Nice.
that. I do remember that.
He's my favorite.
I don't
Super.
remember that. I'll have to watch it.
Who's next?
Sue.
Oh,
Sue.
Okay, so I didn't really do these like in number order. Maybe the last one will be number one, but the rest are kind of whatever they are. I went with Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Um, I was what? This was like either end of the 70s, early 80s, and
Early
I just remember the looks on like some of the female people in our family, and like it was like feigned like, oh, this is awful, but it was such a fun funny song. And way back when, like before you heard it a million times, it was like something so different and just um good memories, good
It was like
good
the anti-Carol, but it was like fun.
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
You could sing about your grandma getting run over by a reindeer,
I'm sure Weird Al wishes he would have thought of that.
right? So, and just because I couldn't help it, I looked it up a little bit, but it was re-released like 4 times, and the last time in 2010 was Bluegrass. And of course, it's been parodied like a million times. So, just somebody's stupid little idea once upon a time, and it blew up into that. So, anyway,
Love it. That's fun.
Alex.
For my number 5, I'd like to pay an homage to one of my favorite holidays in 2 days, Festivus. And part of Festivus is the airing of grievances. So for number
Yes.
5, I'm just going to air out my naughty list. Dominic the Donkey needs to be launched off the face of the sun. The song
Yeah.
is terrible. Elvin
I'm
and
good
the
with it.
Chipmunks, Christmas Don't Be Late. Enough of your high-pitched bullshit. This song needs to get off the damn radio. Third, if you're playing anything by Frozen, just because it's snowing doesn't make it a Christmas song. Get that out of here. All right. And then last, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. She shouldn't be out on the streets. All right. That's it. That's my number 5, my airing of grievances.
Yeah, but I think someone needs to sing a Christmas Carol.
Yeah, I think he'd feel better. Come on, do it, Alex.
You're all
Sing a
cotton-headed
song.
ninny muggins. All right. Leave me alone.
Any ninny muggins.
So I picked from 1989 the movie Christmas Vacation, the opening title song, Christmas Vacation by Mavis Staples. It's the musical score for the movie featuring Chevy Chase. It's just the beginning, if you remember, it's just a fun cartoon opening the movie, almost serving as a video to the song. And it's the only installment of the Vacation film series that does not begin with Holiday Road by Lindsey Buckingham. And despite like several popular songs, like there's a lot of good Christmas songs in there, there's never been a soundtrack released to the movie.
Really?
But it's just a good, fun song.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. And I didn't know it was the only vacation movie that didn't start with Holiday Road. That's an interesting fact. You're always full of nice facts. Mine is all about my memories of goofy things that I've experienced in my life.
Oh, and by the way, Mark, in honor of your legacy of rules for the Academy Awards for tonight's show, anytime I see what's his name, famous actor,
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
anytime
Nicholas, Jesus.
tonight, or I see cleavage, I'll be drinking.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, come on,
Wait.
Alex.
You mean if I just how's this work here?
Ass cleavage does not count.
I didn't say I was wearing pants down here.
Okay, we can edit this out. Technology.
Part of my
Yes.
holiday cheer.
So if anybody's interested, if you want to hear a different version of Holiday Road, it's on Matt Pond's record. There's a pretty good version of it. He also does I want to see the night lights tonight.
Somebody else did it too. I think a younger female. I forget. I remember reading about it, but I don't remember. It wasn't worth me writing down and listening and thinking about it any more than that. But I just know there's somebody else that did it, a version of it.
Yeah, it's a cool. I love it. Great tune. It's good.
Yep.
That might be a song that I like. I am doing songs I can't stand, and if I hear them on the radio, I won't turn the radio on at this time of year. Well, here's number 5. Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Oh,
Could you please find out who the hell you is so I don't have to keep hearing this goddamn song? Jesus.
That's such
All
a
I
shame.
Want
It's a
for Christmas Is
phenomenal
You. Who
song.
is
I like
your
that song.
culprit?
You too.
I like it. Good song.
That was
Funny.
on one of my alternate
Might be her
lists.
best song. It
On
might
my
be her.
alternate list here.
If you don't hear that for the first time every season, start bobbing your head like this
I
while you're listening
know.
to it. Oh God, you are a
Stick with whatever it
warm-hearted
is, whoever
person.
you is, stay with it. That way I can say the next song could be All I Want for Christmas is something else. Silence. You
Bah
know?
humbug.
Oh, it's a terrible
Bah
song.
humbug.
a prenup.
It's a person cashing in on a really bad record deal. Oh, okay. I need a drink. Debbie, save us all from me.
All right, so it's my turn, number 4. So this song is actually off of an album that we listened to every Christmas morning when the kids were opening the gifts up until, they were teenagers. It's from John Anderson's Three Ships, and it's Three Ships is the song. You don't know it, Mark?
From no, I do.
It's
well, maybe
it's
I
an
do.
album, Three Ships. It's John Anderson's Christmas album,
No,
and
no, I
you
do not.
don't.
I do not.
Oh, I must get a prize. I
Wow.
stole
Well,
never heard
according
it.
to Alex on the show that's just aired yesterday, it's what was it, $3 million?
No,
1
a mil-
million?
$1 million.
Alex
What?
doesn't even remember what he said, apparently. It was a challenge that if somebody had a record that I didn't know.
Oh,
Oh, you get all the CDs behind Mark.
Yeah.
oh, that's what
Oh.
I don't want those. I want
Yeah.
$3 million.
Oh, I
So
thought it was
anyways,
money.
you're gonna I think that you would like those Christmas songs, Mark.
Oh.
They're very
John
John
Anderson.
Anderson like,
You're
and you
asking
know that
a
I
lot
like
for him to
progressive.
like this.
So it's
Yeah.
yes, right? So it has a yes quality.
Kind of. I mean, it has a yes quality as far as John Anderson's voice,
Okay.
but not. It's very. It's churchy, but more if you went to like a Christian progressive church,
Ooh,
not
that
like a
sounds
Catholic
entertaining.
church. Yeah,
So go
Ah.
for a cool church. A cool church.
yeah,
Cool
a cool
church.
church, not those crappy stodgy churches. So.
church.
So you know what? I think that I'll find it and we should listen to it next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
And I'll be there for my $3 million tomorrow.
Excellent. I will give it
Okay.
to you in yes.
We're talking free enterprise.
Susie Q.
So I've done this one before, but it's on my list. So Oh Holy Night, Andy Williams.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to say that Celine Dion and Josh Groban both have done incredible versions of it. And as has, have a million other people as well. But I still like his version for nostalgic reasons. So
Yeah, I just remember growing up, Dad always having Andy Williams Christmas albums, sort of like Julie
Yeah.
Andrews. And yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
trimming the
Nice.
tree.
Yeah.
Alex.
Have you calmed down, Alex? You good? You good?
All right, that was my airing of grievances. It wasn't my true number 5. My true number 5 was Ohio by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
No.
Sorry, wrong
Ohio.
list. Wrong list.
Needle and the Damage Done by Neil Young. No.
No, it was my true number 5 was Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen. So I wanted to just
Oh, good
throw
one.
that in there. I like
Yep.
hearing one, especially in the live version of it. You hear him break. He has that
Yeah.
laugh in the middle of it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I
it's
love
good.
that song too.
A lot of
So
fun.
that was catching up. My number 4, Cold December Night by Michael Bublé. You don't
Oh.
necessarily hear a new Christmas song anymore. It's always what new artist is doing a cover of something old. So I made it a point when I like the crooner voices, as you're going to see it later on in this list. And he's the modern day crooner. And so I like that he did his own original Christmas song to put on his album of covers. And it always caught with me.
Do you think that this is for me when the Bruce Springsteen song comes on, don't you feel like, God, I wish I was there?
Yes.
When that,
Yeah, because I
That's
want to know
what-
when he said, this is when I'm performing this, which had to
Yeah,
have been a
like, it's
December
like-
concert.
it's like
Well-
the people that were at Tragically Hip for Killer Whale Tank, right?
Right.
God, I wish it was there, right? Yeah. Yeah.
He
kinda
did.
that-
He did it. He did a couple live performances of it, and then I think it became a thing
Oh, okay.
because that
It's
was
just
Yeah,
like
that
on
when
my
he's
list.
touring, yes.
It's just in that recording when he starts singing it, and he must have like looked at a band member, and he couldn't even finish the main line of the
Yeah.
song because he's laughing. I'm like, this is so cool to just hear this side of like that little kink in the performance that gives it the true authentic feel. And they
Was
just said,
that
we're
the
just gonna leave
version
it in
that
and go with it.
remember the very first Christmas CD that came out? It's a very special Christmas that featured all these
Red
different.
cover. Got a red cover.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes. Wasn't that that version of what Alex is talking about? I think is I know that Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is Coming to Town live version is on that album, but I don't know which live version if there's been more than one.
Yeah.
He
Actually, go ahead.
it was on a promo for a charity album he did. I believe that was the first release. But then it did make it on to like several of other albums of his. So
Mhm.
This is
So-
actually my number 4.
what's that?
Oh, go
This is
ahead.
actually my 4 song.
Oh,
Like
see,
Santa Claus Coming
what's
to Town.
happening?
It's 1975. So it was recorded live at CW College in Brookville, New York. It was first released as a track in 81 on the Sesame Street compilation album called In
Oh.
Harmony 2.
Good
And
job.
also a 1981 promotional radio-only 7-inch single.
Look at that.
Yeah, and 85 was released as a B-side to My Hometown off of Born in the USA.
Mhm.
Ah,
Oh,
So
wow. It's
it
been out
remains-
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it says, I read it remains, Springsteen's concert favorite during the months of November and December, and they're one of the few bands that will still sing like a Christmas song.
Yeah,
At that time. A lot of times it's like the last song of the show.
it's fun. For
Deb,
sure.
on the Red Christmas album, the very special Christmas that from 1987.
Yeah.
He does Merry Christmas Baby.
Oh, so I think you know what, there was like maybe
Yes.
5 years in a row that they had those very special Christmas compilation albums. Pretty sure maybe it was the second or third.
Second or
Because
third
my
set.
kid-
Yeah, I
that's
don't
how my
know. There's
kids
ones
knew
or
that
twos.
song.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's my
I'm
turn.
wrong. Yeah.
My turn.
No.
The Grinch's turn.
Yeah.
Last Christmas. Wham. Whining. Wham. Whining Wham on Christmas. Oh Lord, stop. I can't. It's a breakup song on Christmas? Really? Really? And he's
So
just
it's
randomly
so
going to
eight-
give his love to somebody else. How do
Is
you
there
just
more 80s
randomly go
Christmas
away to
song?
give your love to somebody else? It's a bullshit song. It's terrible. They wrote it in 4 minutes, and wham, it's done. And I'm done.
The
don't mind.
first problem with this song is Wham made a Christmas song.
Oh.
The second problem to this
Deadpool.
is how do who are you meeting on Christmas that you gave your heart last year?
You gotta watch
But they're gonna pick Christmas again
The
to
lady
break
at Denny's, maybe? I don't know.
They got caught up in the moment
Yes.
under the mistletoe.
Yes.
There's
no
Passion
mistletoe
and
in that
joy
song, is
and
there?
everything's happening.
There's
It's a
mistletoe.
season of feeling.
You know that song has like shitloads of lyrics. I don't even want to read them. Ugh.
I like it.
He only asked
I
me
like
out
that
on
song.
Christmas because he didn't want to be under the mistletoe. He wanted to be under a different toe that I probably can't say on air.
Well,
Alex, I've
On
known you
that
since you
note-
were 5. Please don't. Don't go there.
I think we should.
Deb,
I think we
For
should.
that we drink.
Our version of keeping Christmas all through the year is we should drink for every show from now on.
They'd go too late. All right, it's my turn.
yes, it is, my dear.
I don't have funny ones. Mine are all like true.
No. That was I'm
I know.
You.
My
Stay on
my
brand.
third favorite is Gabriel's Message by
Mm.
Sting.
Oh.
That I think is on one. Maybe I don't know if he did a Christmas album, and I don't really remember
did.
exactly where I have this from, but it's just beautiful if you've never heard it. It's I think it's actually a
don't know if
medieval
I have.
canon. It
I
was
haven't.
written back in like
Then again,
the
I don't know that I've heard
1300s or
of any of
something.
yours yet.
Well, you need to listen. I'll send you my list and you can make sure that on Christmas morning you will be very happy to hear all of them. But yeah, Sting's voice is just, it just lends to what a medieval canon is. I mean, it's 13th century or 14th century song that God knows. I don't know if he wrote the lyrics to a song that existed or if well, it was probably in another language, right? America didn't exist, so and I don't know. And I don't think they
Sure, it's
spoke
like
English in England then. So
Yeah.
I don't know the background other than it's a medieval canon and Sting sings it, and I love Sting.
Yeah, so the album is and I don't have it in the format I want. If it's called If on a Winter's Night is the album. It's from 2009. Gabriel's Message is the very first song on it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where I got it from. Thank you.
Sue.
Okay. So this song also goes back to childhood, but so let's see
Can
who
you
can
sing
guess
again?
it
Because you sound
first.
good with those pipes. Keep doing that.
Oh, you
Sing
like
through
that?
this whole thing.
No. So it's okay. Whoever gets it first wins nothing. But here we go.
Oh,
Wow.
So it's 8 comic books, 7 packs of smoke, 6 packs of 2-4, 5 golden tokes, 4 pounds of back bacon.
oh
3
my
French
God,
toast,
that's the
6 pints and a
Mackenzie
beer.
brothers.
That's great.
Mackenzie
Yeah.
brothers.
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal
beer.
one, especially.
And a beer.
I have
And
not
on that
heard that
note,
in
the
so
kid-
long. And a
I'm
beer.
I'm
Oh yeah,
literally
and a
I'm
beer.
gonna I'm going to
Kids
type
love that
that
song.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna type that into my YouTube right now so that I can have that queued up to listen to after this because it's been that long.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
And you know
it's
what?
been-
You can
Definitely
actually
good
use
version.
that from the leaf because our
That's true.
friends that are listening that aren't from near the border maybe have never heard that song. We
Mhm.
appreciate what's a toque.
Okay.
We all know what a toque is, right?
No.
Alex is
I was
wearing
I
one.
was wondering, I was hoping, well, I forgot Jeff wasn't gonna be on. But to know if he'd heard it, if they'd heard it out that way, Everett too.
Yeah, that would have been
Toast.
interesting
And Rick
commentary.
Moranis was pretty big at some point, you would think, just because of that, you know.
Yeah, true. Very good.
Alec.
It is on me. All right, number 3.
Keep her going.
I thought this might have been my number 1. And then it ended up not being such, as now I have the 12 Days of Christmas by Bob and Doug playing in my left ear right now out of nowhere. This is what I get for trying to do things in advance.
Bob and Doug.
This show's just too hard. Too hard.
All right, number 3. This was my longtime favorite, and then they tried to not play this anymore anywhere. But it's back, and it's the original, and it's how it should be, even if it's a little creepy. Baby, It's Cold Outside.
Love it.
And I want the original version. None of this PG, cancel culture bullshit. Give me the original, the one that sounds like the weird uncle that you don't want to be around Christmas because he loves his hugs about a second or two longer than he should.
Mhm.
I want that version all day. Give me the original. It's how it should be. And it's Dean Martin. So that's when I said I'm a sucker for the crooner.
Yeah,
you
and
go.
then Dean Martin, and he's always like, "Oh, baby,"
And you know what? It fits the song. That's how it's meant to be sung.
It is. Oh, yeah.
Girl,
I've always
weird?
been looking for a man that would sing that song to me.
Is it weird? Yes.
is it a
I've
Mountie?
known you since I was 5, Deb. I don't want to hear this. If I can't say wrong shit, you can't say wrong shit.
Right back at you.
Merry Christmas. Can I have a good hug goodbye, Uncle? Quid pro quo.
Oh,
Right.
God.
So for mine, I
I love
picked
this episode.
from 1984, Christmas Time by Bryan Adams.
Ooh.
It's
That's
his
a good one.
most popular Christmas song, and originally released only to fan club members on a clear green vinyl with a picture sleeve. So
Huh.
no music video was ever shot for the song until, well, when it was originally released. But in December of 2019, Adams released a video for the song on YouTube. So it's pretty good YouTube.
Wow.
And
Interesting.
even like that's like the song is like 30 years old. You still hear it every single year.
Mhm.
And it was actually featured prominently in the 2022 action comedy Violent Night, which I have not yet seen, but I heard it's good.
Oh,
Was it in
Don't
there
see
too? I
that.
don't remember it.
I don't remember it. Maybe I do.
You
No,
do?
I don't remember it.
It was a jolly good bloody time. I loved it.
Yes, I
Santa
do.
killing
It
people.
was
That's
that
awesome.
was playing like while things were happening.
that's
Things.
awful.
Things were happening.
Yeah, I don't want to know about those things. No.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know this one.
This
I
isn't
want a
gonna be good.
hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh.
Ah,
Holy shit,
yes.
do you have any
That can
idea
go.
where you're gonna put a hippopotamus? It's not gonna fit in your room. You own a zoo? You can't keep that anywhere. Unfortunately, or what's really fortunate maybe is it's probably cheaper now than what my kids are asking for.
Wasn't the girl who sang that like 11?
Add
Yeah.
this, add this into my list of grievances too. I'm with Mark on this one. Terrible song.
Yeah, I have to agree too. I know.
Can
Not,
you
not my
imagine where
cup
I'm
of
going
tea.
with number one? Anyway.
What year is that song? Is that like from the 50s or earlier? Or
Oh,
like,
it's gotta be, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
At
yeah,
least.
yeah.
I think they just had a real deficiency of Christmas songs back then. So at that time, it probably was great.
Well,
Elvis was in
hippopotamuses have
rehab,
always
so
been
he-
big. So
Yeah, she couldn't
gotta
say
make a
like I
big
want
song.
ball in a cup for Christmas or
I hope
like,
somebody got her
that's
Hungry
not
Hungry Hippo
fine.
for Christmas.
Yeah, ridiculous.
yeah,
I
Hasbro
agree,
made a
Mark.
killing on that.
Which, by the way, Hungry Hungry Hippos, it's a good drinking game.
That's where
It was
that
a
game
fun
comes
game
from.
to play too.
Yeah.
I had that one.
What
Sue,
the
did you know?
fuck?
Is that what you thought was coming?
No.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
And we carry on. Damn.
Yes.
What's next?
All right. Well, I don't have a lot to say about this. It's just it's Silent Night, but the version that I love is Stevie Nicks. So
Oh, excellent. I haven't
it's
heard
really
that in a
good.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of freshened it up for me, so it wasn't just like a church song. It was just a
Mm.
pretty Christmas song. And I typically, she's not my favorite because she's got that little goat shrill to her voice,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but that's the reason it works with this song, I think.
She's actually one of the for me, when she sings, it seems to me like somehow it's her. Like she, you know what I mean? She's not just singing it. She's feeling
feeling it.
And that vocal is always true. One of the truest vocalists.
Sometimes a natural
Yeah.
fry evokes a little emotion.
Yeah, she invented it, I think.
Maybe. Well,
Maybe.
man, you got Ella Fitzgerald and
I
those
know,
kind of
that's
things.
true too. But
It's
Ella's
tough.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So it makes
Billie
sense that
Holiday, Etta
Yep,
James.
Billie Holiday too. Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So that's my
Yeah.
number 2.
Cool. Great choice. So far, best choice. I like that one. I'm like, God, I forgot about that. Sue.
So, I had also picked Bruce Springsteen. So I can either just say that or I can give you my like extras that didn't make the list.
Do another one. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna list them out and then I'll save my number one for my number one.
Well, don't, because somebody might have that as theirs.
Oh,
So do one.
just one. Okay. I will pick then.
No, not that one.
I know, that's what I was gonna say.
Just pick the
Okay.
one you pick. Who cares if it's the same?
Yeah,
Okay.
talk about it from your perspective.
All right, well, no one's gonna pick this one, but
Okay.
so well, no, it was a list. There's like 6 of them I would have mentioned, but they didn't make the top 5 because I had to pick 5.
We'll pick one from the honorable mentions and then at the end do the other ones you didn't
All
get
right,
to.
so we'll go with Noel by Lauren Daigle, just because it's very pretty,
Oh,
and I like
wow.
that somebody can take such a traditional song and make it their own. So
She's got a
Kudos
marvelous
to
That's
her.
voice.
great.
completely different.
Yeah. Marvelous voice.
Love it.
Maybe there might be
last-
a couple keys that are of the norm, but then yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's the
she's a-
difference between the 26-letter alphabet and the Christmas alphabet. There's no L.
God, how old are you? It's like having grandpa on the show.
You know, I've known you since you
Bad
were
dad
12.
jokes.
Don't ever do that again.
I like when you're funny. Do it again. Right now. Do it.
Do it. Alex.
God, that's good.
Well, why Alex is,
So-
Lauren Daigle is a fantastic vocalist, singer. I would implore most people to take a look at her catalog, disregard religious affiliations and stuff. She's a marvelous singer-songwriter.
All right, so now that nobody ever wants to hear me on this show, and it's probably the reason Mark doesn't have likes or subscriptions, it was just the other day I learned there was a topic about jerseys in movies, and partially why I wanted to go with this theme tonight. Be it in Ferris Bueller, how part of Cameron's character was wearing a Detroit Red Wings jersey in Chicago, which was sacrilege in the era.
Gordy Howe.
And they said it was a deeper dive into his character, who hated his father, and they assumed he was a Blackhawks fan, so he rebelled against.
Mhm.
Then obviously you think the Griswolds, the Blackhawks jersey in the movie, so I decided to go that way. Does that have anything to do with the song I chose? Not
No.
one bit.
Mhm.
But I'm loving the little pre-banter along the Christmas theme today. So
Okay.
my number 2, going back to Michael Bublé and making a true cover his own. Santa Baby, his version. So changing the lyrics up to Santa Baby, slip a Rolex under the tree, and then changing the verses along the male side of it to Santa Buddy, a 65 convertible too, or slipping those Canucks tickets in his stocking and put me on the first line.
This year
That-
would be a good year for that.
Yeah,
those
got a chance.
those little bits that he pops in there that make it his own, but keep the true tradition of the song. Always appreciated that. Same album
Yeah.
as the other one, and that you can tell that's probably my favorite
Yeah.
Christmas album is his. So
You're a true boobler.
what can I say? I love the boob man.
Stop.
You're boob man, yeah.
You're a boob man. Nice to know. Nice to know.
I've
on
known
that
you
note,
since
let's
you
go to
were
Jeff.
5.
Well, I picked the song that came out when I was 6 from 1977, Father Christmas by the Kinks.
Well, the
Song.
Kinks.
The punk rock arrangement with prominent distorted guitar riffs. So,
Oh.
sung from the perspective of the mall Santa or the street side Santa, mugged by working class kids who'd rather have presents, given to the little rich boys, they say. They'd rather have
Yes.
jobs for their parents instead. So, the guitarist, Dave Davies, said he liked the humor and the aggressive and the bitterness of the song, but coming from his personal side, his parents always struggled with making ends meet, and they always kind of got what they needed, he said, for Christmas, but it just always felt like a fake holiday to him. And in the live performances, he actually will dress up in full Father Christmas attire. The song has been covered by several bands like Green Day, Bad Religion, Warrant, Letters to Cleo, Smash Mouth, Cheap Trick, and Chris Jericho. And even a jazz vocalist, Jackie Naylor, included it in one of her holiday albums. And then it was also in episodes of TV series like That 70s Show and Bob's Burgers, and it was in the film Step Brothers from 2008.
Yes, it was.
So anyway, it's just a really cool, fun song. It was kind of like Sue was saying about Grandma Got Run Over a Reindeer. I remember hearing it on the radio when it was only radio and there was no internet. It was kind of like the anti-Christmas song, but it was just a fun song. It was a good song, catchy too,
It's funny, Jeff, because that was Christopher's favorite Christmas song.
Oh, sweet.
He kind
sweet.
that's how he had a real connection to Mark too. So he was always looking for the opposite side of things. That was his personality and his sense of humor. And I can remember him trying to get us to play that when we were opening the Christmas gifts, and I'm like, "No, John Anderson, not the Kinks."
That's, great argument in your house, at least. Wow, that's.
I also
had
make the
forgotten
argument that
about it.
Chris taking after Mark and a link there. I have to argue that because Chris had joy and Mark is a Scrooge. So I don't see
Oh,
this as
well.
like a very the two don't compare here. I don't see where the one rubbed off to the other on this one.
This is my Marshall Mathers, right?
Yes.
My Eminem, my Slim Shady. If you
Yeah,
meet me in
Chris had
person, I'm nothing
joy.
like this.
Chris had joy, but he got more reaction when he was doing exactly what Coach K does. So,
Mark, I'll start a
You know.
fan club.
You're just gonna start my fan club too?
Sure.
All right, you take one subscriber.
all
Okay,
right, let's
so
go.
I'm going to knock a beetle.
I knew it.
Sorry. Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Not one time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, not 6 times, not 7 times, not 8 times, not 9
Are you
times,
LeBron
not
choosing
10
a
times,
basketball
not
team?
11 times, 17 times. 17.
That's not
Isn't he a
unlike
lyricist? 17 times. Oh, wait, no. He added it one final time for 18, but he said, wonderful Christmas time, because it wasn't so simple after 17. Holy crap. He's a Beatle. He's singing the same thing forever. And you know what there's in there?
Huh?
Ding dongs. Give a shit about eating snacks? Ding dong, ding dong. Holy crap. Oh,
It wasn't the Beatles. It was Paul McCartney, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Solo. It
I'm
wasn't the
knocking a
Beatles.
Beatle. I'm sorry. By the way, I love Paul McCartney. I just think
I know.
that night.
He's never coming on your show.
Oh, I get maybe he'll
All right,
come out.
Paul
He's
McCartney,
giving a
please.
thumbs down.
Just ruin that.
What'd
We're
you say,
never
Jeff?
getting a like or a subscription again because everyone's just going to be sending us hate mail now.
Well,
Thanks,
we're gonna
Mark.
get something, damn it.
Yoko's going to send John's
That's
head on a
terrible.
stick.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start on social media called Two Facebook. We're gonna be like, we want thumbs down, we want hates, no likes.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
That could be a thing though. See
Right.
how many we can get.
You know
How
what?
many people can I offend in 17 minutes?
We're not talking about the true thing here. And that's that for Mark to make that point, he either had to listen to that song and count all those, or he had to Google it and read the lyrics. And
Yeah.
I don't know which one brings me more joy to see him have to do that to himself.
He probably got
Amount of time.
They only play that song like every time he was there.
All I will say is this. I had an idea of how many times. I was wrong by 5. I was 5 short.
Well,
That's
I
like
like
guessing
two.
how many gumballs are in the jar.
I was like, he's got to say
Yeah.
that at least a dozen times, you know? Now, don't get me wrong. There's the the da from the Police that might be a little bit in the same category, but it's a Christmas song, right? You're writing a Christmas song, apparently. Okay. I'll
For
be
everyone
fine.
out there, Mark hates the Beatles. I just want you to know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No,
That's going out into the World Wide
Ugh.
Web right now.
that's
I
all
am
people
bored.
are hearing right now.
all you 9 people that attend
Mark
these
has
shows
power.
and watch, I don't hate the Beatles. I love the Beatles. They are the most important. They are the second most important band in history. I'm not going to tell you what number 1 is because I want you to. I want you to watch forever because I'm never going to tell you what number 1 is, hoping you're all Polish like me. Anyway, go ahead. Deb.
Oh my God. All right. So this is my last one. I really don't have much to say other than it's the first Christmas song I remember my mom singing to me. And my mom doesn't know how to sing. So I probably, when I heard it as a recording the first time, didn't recognize it. No, but it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's just
Good one.
my happy song. It's Christmas. It's kids coming and all getting excited about waiting for Santa and looking out the window and seeing if they can see the little red light coming towards their house. And it's just magical and it's mysterious and it's a good lesson song. The unfortunate, the misfits and all that stuff. It's just it'll never get replaced in my book. Just It's the quintessential Christmas song to me. How's that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take after Coach K on this one. Whoever
The one
leads
that he
us-
hates, number one.
whoever leads a song with the reindeer that we don't really know or give a shit about. But do you
And
recall the most
hunting
famous
season.
one we know? Why are you leading off like who starts the song? You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer.
Prancer.
No, we don't. So don't ask us if we recall the famous one, because that's obvious that we do.
Angry.
I disagree.
He's closing her. The laptop is closing. I want to say that
Gosh,
that's
Alex.
probably the first song I ever probably heard that was
Mhm.
either that or the other. I will not say the other one.
Santa
'cause maybe
Claus is
somebody has
coming to
it on
town.
theirs. Right? Yeah, because that was probably those two cartoons
Both
were.
of those.
If
Yep.
we want songs against bullying, though, can we if Rudolph's gonna get bullied for a red nose, can I get bullied? Can I have a song about being bullied for a giant Polish nose? Can we
Okay,
get
I'll
that
write
one in
one.
there too?
You can.
And the
No one
toque
will
you're
listen to
wearing.
yours because yours isn't red. Yours doesn't glow. Yours is it's
Put
just
me
there.
around a few dogs and cats. It'll be red.
Not
I'm
really doing
allergic to
anything
both.
special. Can you fine tune your with instruments with it? Does it can it smell from miles away? Does it have that?
God,
Oh my
this
gosh.
is going to be
You know
the
what?
least
No,
common.
It's just a
song.
cute song.
New Beyond Your Radio sideshow. We need the Rudolph Olympics. Sense of
Yeah.
smell. Can you make it red? We're gonna do all this shit.
Rudolph had a red nose. All the other reindeer took notice and never talked back to Chuck Norris again. There's a lot of good Chuck Norris jokes. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
Yes.
Okay, well,
no. It's Sue, right? Sue's name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I did just want to say I just read something about Rudolph, and I do think it was written about somebody's kid who was getting bullied.
mhm.
Oh,
And
Really?
and as with most classics, timeless classics, I want to say he had a hard time pitching it in the beginning. But anyway,
Yeah, my
because no one knew
mom
Dasher
had.
and Dancer. They didn't know him, so that's why.
That's,
Prancer, and the sexy elf Vixen.
Oh, jeez. Move along.
okay. So my number one is
There's
so
always one.
another nostalgic song by Sue. But so probably my favorite Christmas memory. And then I think to myself, am I blocking out something horrible?
Oh,
We used to
this
well,
isn't a
because-
therapy session. Jesus.
We're
Because
billing by the hour, by the way. Just a heads up.
$3
So
million, please.
every Christmas Eve, right up until high school, maybe a little bit beyond actually, we used to trek out to the grandparents' houses. My
East Aurora.
dad's parents in Buffalo and my mom's parents in East Aurora. And back in the day, there were no expressways, so East Aurora felt like the North Pole
Mhm.
driving to. And there was typically a snowstorm happening. So this is just one song that seemed to always come on the radio. There were 6 of us smushed into a tiny little car, elbowing each other, yelling, screaming. My parents were probably arguing about politics. But when this song came on, it was like everybody went quiet and we all listened. And it was White Christmas by Bing Crosby.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I like it for that reason. And then also I think it was in is it Holiday Inn, the movie?
Mhm.
Is that? Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Which is a good movie actually. So
Yeah.
pretty comical. But
I
anyway,
like
so
that.
that's my number one.
I thought you were going to say Grandma got run over by a reindeer again because you're going to Grandma's house. But
I'm billing you for the entire story that you just told us for this therapy session.
Sue, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel
Yeah,
warm
really.
inside.
we're going to hypnotize you to see
I
what
think
really
that's the-
happened in that car.
But I do.
They ended-
I mean, it was a horrible, I just remember there was no room and I was always sitting on the hump and I mean, you have no idea how bad my siblings were.
It had to take you an hour to get there.
Yes. So,
And then you had to come home.
yeah.
Oh, even when we had
Yeah.
the expressway, it took us an hour to get there because you had to drive the 400. which was
Right.
basically a snow-ridden
Yeah.
hellfest of 4
Yeah.
feet every year.
We
Yeah.
wonder why people live down
We
there, right?
actually risked our lives to see people who were in their 70s and 80s
Mhm.
every year. I mean, it when you think about it, wow. I mean, it was, yeah, but a good
Oh
time.
my.
Her grandfather had this train set, elaborate, things set up all over. Yeah, it was gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good memories.
Yes.
And you had to sit on the home.
Yeah.
I
Half
think
the-
everyone has said something wrong tonight, and I've just tripled
yeah.
everybody's.
Okay, you're done with that. Just be clean now. Had enough of you.
Alex, you're number one.
So
There's always a story.
best album I've heard by far. For those of you who probably do or don't know, I know this is very popular in not my prime, but all of you's. My dad tipped me off to the Bob and Tom Christmas album.
Ah.
Radio hosts, I think out of Indiana, is how he got to know them while he was always going to the Indy 500 every year.
Bob and
So,
Tom, yeah.
If you want really good humor, look up that Christmas album. But
So
what you
now
won't
everybody's
find on it,
unsubscribing.
what you won't find on it is, and if you did your homework from last week with me, the Waitresses Christmas wrapping,
I did listen to that. Yeah.
the most ska version of a Christmas song you can possibly get, with a fantastic horn section. And I don't even still know what that song is about, but if it doesn't
No.
put you in a good mood at Christmas, it is fantastic.
Stream of consciousness, maybe. I don't know. That's I listened
So
to it
Bring
right
it
after the show.
Thursday, Alex. What, Jeff?
I said, so not the Smothers Brothers.
No.
Although I have several of their records.
They're very entertaining.
They are very entertaining. A vicious blue puma instead of a ox for the.
But I thought to bring up the Bob and Tom album because they have a fun 12 Days of Christmas version as well
Yes.
in there. And it's a guy going on basically a Mark-esque rant about how bad the 12 Days of Christmas are.
I think
And
I've heard it.
he goes through how many birds are in the 12 Days of Christmas. And he goes, who is this man? Alfred Hitchcock? Like, just the rants are phenomenal in this thing.
Mhm.
So
Okay, bring it for us to listen to next week.
I'll see if I can find it. It might
Oh,
have
I
to
can
be
bring it up
YouTube.
on the. We'll get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Young, what dost thou bring for number one?
I picked a song that's 400 to 500 years old from the 15th century.
Oh,
And
mine's
it's
older than yours.
God Rest You Merry Gentlemen by Ray James Dio.
There you go.
He sings this song in a way that is more maybe appropriately to fit the meaning of the song. So the lyrics, pretty familiar. God rest you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray, oh tidings of comfort and joy. But, the song, if you don't think anything about it, depicts like the gospel. Christ came, destroyed the works of the devil, and now we can rest and have comfort and joy, and then we say Merry Christmas. But if you look at the real meaning, when you think of the word Mary in Old English at that time, Old English, the word Mary could mean happy, but it also meant it was used in the place of the word mighty. So the title phrase is more meaningful, like modern English, as God make you mighty gentlemen. So like an example would be Robin Hood's Merry Men. They were not just some happy-go-lucky bunch. They were actually feared by King Richard's. And the Great Britain was called Merry Old England because it was a powerful nation back then. The phrase eat, drink, and be merry was used during war times because you would have to eat and drink because tomorrow you had to go conquer somebody. So, and in the 15th century, the church only sang dark, somber songs, usually written in Latin. And so when Christmas rolled around, songs of joy and happiness were not allowed in the church. So to overcome the problem, people took to singing Christmas in the streets, a la Christmas caroling. And soon, the watchmen that would patrol the streets started to sing God Rest You Merry Gentlemen as they walked London. And so the song was really kind of a reaction to otherwise things you couldn't sing in church. The song was also used by Charles Dickens in the classic A Christmas Carol. And it was a popular song because it had a strong message. Like people greet each other with Merry Christmas, but back in the Middle Ages, it was more like Mighty Christmas. And but Ronnie James Dio does a great version of it. It is is just awesome. If you haven't heard it, I love it. And it's just not something you ever really hear. But so I mean, it's kind of more than a Christmas Carol. At the time, it was kind of more like a rallying cry because things aren't always what they appear. But it's just kind of funny how, like it just when I kind of looked this up and looked at the meaning of the song,
Mhm.
I was surprised. Like, well, you don't sing happy songs in the 15th century church. It's ridiculous. But
You know what? We've got a name for you now. You're the Ken Burns of Beyond Your Radio. You just gave a whole, you didn't do it in like 3,000 hours. We learned it in a very short, but I learned more than, well, Mark, I don't learn anything from him,
I
but
got Ken Burns
cynicism,
right
but
there.
no,
There's Ken Burns right there.
that's I love that. I will always remember that. I love
Yeah.
trivia. Not that that's trivia, but I
It's
love it.
anecdotal.
it's a great example of his vocal range, and it's got some good guitar in it, and it's like a more slower pace. It's just really, I like it. It's good.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome choice. Everyone, you
Mighty
were
Christmas to you all.
Mighty
fantastic.
Christmas.
And now, if there
Uh-oh.
are any children near the TV, please take them away. My number one most hated Christmas song, and I still can't even understand what's going on, and it's been on albums. Song is by Clarence Carter. Song is Backdoor Santa.
Yeah, Backdoor Santa. That's terrible.
They call me Backdoor Santa. I make the runs about the break of day. They call me Backdoor Santa. I make the runs about the break of day. I make all the little girls happy while the boys are out at play. Holy crap!
I don't think I've
Really?
ever heard this.
Santa's
I need to look this.
this group?
Is this
Holy shit!
R. Kelly pseudonym? Like that?
Santa's making sex visits to ladies.
It's
You
R.
thought
Kelly.
Silent Night was bad? Santa was killing people? At least those people were bad.
It sounds like an
Wow.
extended Ragdoll from Aerosmith.
I will tell you. Do you know who's covered this? John Bon Jovi.
Yep. And it was
Okay.
on one of those special Christmas albums. My
BB
kids listened to it.
BB King.
I'm just going to interject here for a second. Mark, what did you expect from a guy who wrote a song called Strokin'?
I was hoping you would follow me into the pits of hell, Alex.
Stroke it.
No, not Billy Squire.
I know.
My man, Alex, this is to you, my little elf on the shelf, all right?
I thought you were gonna go with the Carpenters.
No,
Wow.
no.
They suck
No,
the
this one
Christmas
is
right out of
worse.
Christmas. They do.
Okay, that I agree, Mark. The other ones I was a little like, what a Scrooge, but there's no place for that.
Oh,
I'm, it doesn't get a lot of airplay on, they put in more,
really? You don't say.
they put in more Christmas time, more, I want a hippopotamus. You won't hear Backdoor Santa. Nope.
Oh no,
Oh, no.
Baby, it's
not
cold
even on a
outside.
hip hop station.
Oh, boy. Well,
That was fun.
yes. And I want to thank my panelists for putting themselves out there in the cold and dressing up and pouring a drink and enjoying the moment. We hope that you all have a wonderful holiday. We're on the web at www.beyondyourradio.com. I know you won't go there because I've mostly offended everyone, and my Beatles reference will probably that's it. We should probably just call it a year. But if you're not and you think we're having a ball and you want to keep joining, well, there's more to come. It's going to be a wild week, so get ready. As always, I thank you for watching and happy listening.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas.